Okay, in case you don't know, my name is Nathan. I go by Peteparker on most of the sites that I'm a member of. And every week I do reviews of comic books, mostly Marvel comic books. I think completely all Marvel comic books, actually. Uh, because the deal at my house is if I can buy as many comic books as I want as long as I review them. So this review is for Secret Warriors number 26. By Jonathan Hickman and Alessandro Vitti is the artist. So, in case you're not familiar with the Secret Warriors storyline, which I wasn't, it's a very popular storyline among Marvel fans, and I was recently recommended to get into it by several different people. So, over the past week and a half, I've combed through the trades and back issues to try to get up to the point where they are right now. And I highly recommend that you do that if you're interested in going this far. This is a really great series. If you like spies, if you like Nick Fury, you'll like this entire series. The beginning of the series was a little bit slow. They introduce a bunch of characters that you can't tell if you're supposed to care about or not. They're called Nick Fury's Caterpillar Team or something like that. They're basically people who, with parents who had powers, who probably have powers but are off the radar of everybody else on the planet. And he picks them up and makes them into a team, actually forms a few teams of this. And they go after Hydra and another big organization that hasn't been around for a while but comes back in full force called Leviathan. So there's way too much intrigue and spy detail and story to go over it all and explain exactly what's happening. But let's just say that number 26 is probably the climax of the entire series so far. So you really don't want to read this one on its own. It will definitely spoil things for you going backwards, as I'm sure that they're going to go over in the next couple issues to really emphasize what a game changer this one is. The art is great, and the most of the series takes place in one room with three people. So you would be surprised that it would be such a good book with that situation. But it's just Nick Fury and Baron... I forget what his last name is. Anyway, we'll call him the Baron, and the Kraken, which used to be the Baron's right-hand man, sitting in here. The Kraken, who is a mythological warrior, I guess, maybe not even mythological, but has a lot of myth to him, is apparently the warrior who makes you who you're supposed to be. And there has been in this series tie-in to the S.H.I.E.L.D. series that Hickman is also writing at the same time, but there wasn't very much in this. Like I said, I think the entire issue takes place in one room with those three characters, with the exception, of course, of flashbacks and what they're explaining with flashbacks. But the result turns the entire series on its head, kind of thing. And I don't know, maybe I'm not a writer, or maybe I'm not as in-depth analytically about these things as I thought I usually am, but the ending to this book took me completely by surprise. There are things that Nick Fury has known the entire time that we as the audience never knew, and the culmination in this book, or the reveal of that, is just amazing. It's really crazy to see where they're going to go with this, and I don't want to give it away because I think it's such a good reveal, and really it does change the way everything else, that every other issue in this series before this, how you would read that. So I apologize. I usually spoil the hell out of comic books when I'm reviewing them, but this one, there's not a lot of action to spoil. It's basically one thing. So I'm going to highly recommend this book, but only under the stipulation that you read the others first. You could probably get away with skipping the first 5, maybe 10 issues. 10 would probably be too much, and continue on from there. But if you like spies, if you like intrigue, if you like Nick Fury, if you like global kind of situations and fights, then you'll really like this entire series. So I'm going to highly recommend it, and I'm actually going to give it a 5 out of 5. So check out my other reviews. They'll be more spoilerific if that's what you're looking for. And you can also check out marvel.wikia.com and ifanboy.com, both places that I post these reviews. You can follow me on YouTube, and you might pick me up some other places too. I'm always looking for new places to post my reviews. So thanks, and we'll see you next time. 5 out of 5.